So there's a lot of ways you can practice this. If you want to be able to throw some of that stuff in your soloing, you will get better at doing that by just playing chords, just being it. Because then what you'll do is you'll play B flat major 7 and you'll do whatever shape comes to you normally, like let's say this, and you'll be playing over your major chord, and then maybe you go, and then you got your A7 altered. You go, oh, I don't know what I can do. Well, I know I can play a blues. And I know, oh, wait, it's altered. I could do a sharp 5, and you think of this. So maybe you're playing like... And then to D minor. And then maybe you go, oh, but I can do Melange minor, which would be a major 7. Like maybe you play D minor pentatonic. But you do with a major 7. To D flat 7. Maybe I'll just play the chord tunes to be safe. Oh wait, I remember tritone, and I can do alter to C minor. I'll do with the major 7, then to the F, to B flat, and so forth. It's a lot of fun, but it takes a lot of time. So here's what I recommend this week. Go through it. Try to add a major 7 to your minor 7 chords. I mean, just the 7, so it'll be a minor major 7. Minor triad with a 7th on top. And then on your dominant chords, add one note to your skeleton. Make it a sharp 11. If it's non-functioning, make it a sharp 5 or any altered tone if it's functioning. So basically all I'm saying is altered scale, use a scale tone from the altered scale on the functioning ones, and linear dominant on the non-functioning ones. And put a sharp 11 on all your major 7 chords. Obviously, this is just because we're trying to learn it, right? You wouldn't want to do the same thing all the time in a like a compositional or improvisational context. But when you're practicing and you're trying to learn something new, just do it until you get it. Do it over and over. Cool? There's only those 3 kinds of chords you're going to run into: major 7, minor 7, and dominant 7. Lydian on the major, minor major 7 on the minor, which is Melange minor, and then one of our 2 options for the functioning or for the dominant chords. All right, that's a lot. What you're doing there is not looking at the you're looking at chords in relation to one another, like the context. And so being able to look at one chord and see, where does this fit in the context of the progression or in the key that we're in? Is this the 5 of the next chord? That's different than saying the 5th of a chord. Like the 5th of a chord is within the chord. Being the 5 of another chord is within a bigger context. Cool? Yeah, knowing a 5 chord is different than playing the 5th of a chord. The 5 chord is a chord that begins from the 5th degree of the scale, as where a 5 of that chord is just a 5th of the chord. This might be a little bit much for now. Yeah, and the way I got fast, but you'll see is the 5th of E is not the 5 chord of A. Like you can like and actually here's a good way to. This is like a lot, but this is a good way to this is how I found my 5 chords to begin with. I knew power chords, and I knew the octave shape. So if I had like say a C power chord, I could find the fifth by, even if I didn't know my D string notes very well, I could lower an octave and be like, oh, it's a G. And then I learned, oh yeah, like when I do heavy power chords, like from the John Petrucci instructional video. That's what I thought when I was a kid. Like this, okay, that's the fifth. So I knew I knew how to find the fifth of a chord, regardless if it was the E string or A string. If I was playing a G, the fifth would be the power chord right there. Oh, what is that? It's a D. And I do that in my mind if somebody asks me. I didn't just know them like letters, you know. And then if I said D, it's a 5 of the D chord, I'd play a D power chord and go, oh, there's my fifth, lower an octave so I know what it is because I didn't know all the notes well enough. Like that's A. So, you know, basically I had this shape and this shape. Right? The 5 of an A chord is an E. The 5 of an E chord is a B. The 5 of a B is F sharp. The 5 of F sharp is C sharp. Yeah. And then I'm back where I started. Or actually, I was already back where I started. Anyway, all right, man. All right, just like digest what you can, and let's review it next week. After we review it, we'll talk about any like the uncertainties, the loose ends. If you get a fourth into it, and that's it, that's a fourth into it. That's good, and then we'll continue. There's no, you know, that's a lot of information. On my first lesson with Alex Makachek, he gave me a single piece of paper and said, "Here, you can practice that for the rest of your life." He didn't say it quite that like cocky douchebag style. He's a very cool guy, but that's basically what he says. Like, here's a page. You know, you could work on this for the rest of your life. I can't say that without sounding like a douchebag because of the way I sound, but he conveyed it, and it's true. And it wasn't this, but it was another thing. The point is, like, it's okay for me to give you more information you can handle in a week, so long as you know that this whole goal is a life goal, you know, and not. So don't feel overwhelmed if you don't get it all in 1 week. All right, man. Yeah, good. Cool, man. Yeah. Well, if you notice when we get in here, I don't take a recap of where you are as a player, you know. I don't not I'm interested in you learning because that's what, you know, that's what I'm here for. But I don't make it my business to like evaluate your progress, except to the point where it's like, am I talking about something that you don't know about? And if I am, then I need to step back a few paces. But not like, that's not like someone told me the other day that I, like a local person, they're telling me I was a really good teacher because I never feel like impatient with where they're at. But that's because I'm not entitled to their progress. You know what I'm saying? It's not, and honestly, I don't even get anything if they progress other than the fact that some kind of validation to know that I'm helping them, you know? Yeah, it does. It's actually the reason it's more fun is because the more advanced, this is the reason it's fun. The more advanced the student is or gets, the more I can talk about stuff that I don't get to talk about all the time. So it's less monotonous. Like if I was talking about, okay, these are the names of your strings, you know, that's like 90% of the lessons. Or maybe not really, because everybody only has one first lesson. But my point is like the beginning lessons, you know, are the majority of them. There's more beginners than, you know, it's like you go up the ladder and it's like a, you know, and our lessons are among the more advanced ones I get to give. I don't get to have lessons generally where I talk about modes of melodic minor. You know what I mean? It's fun, dude. Yeah, me too. The better you get, the more fun it gets, the more exciting. But anyway, man, I better let you go. It's a great lesson as always. Keep up the good work. And I'll talk to you next week, same time.